Hi guys, welcome to this evening's flight. As we're down in Canada with the Air Canada 737, as we're going to do a flight from Edmonton to Calgary. For X-Enviro, we've also installed the RDM mod, which is the real display mod for the 737, so you can get the real colours on for the PFD, the real PFD colours, etc. which we've added in, which you'll see as we go along, and we've changed the MCP backlit colours as well. As we go on, we'll be coming in for runway 35. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, leave comments down below, and now we can get inside the cockpit and start the aircraft up ready for our departure. Okay, so we're in the 737-800 now, so we can go overhead now. We'll get the battery on and guarded, standby power is guarded, and ground power is on. We'll go to bat and ground power. From there we can get the left pump on as we get on for the APU, which can be set. Once the APU is on, after that we can get on our position light, which can be steady, which is also set and checked. Logo we don't need, we can arm the emergency lights, we can get the no smokings on, which are also set and checked. PACX can go on as well, so trim air can go on along with the PACX to auto, isolation valves open, put the APU bleed on, whilst we wait for that to come on, and put the iris mode selectors to nav now, which are set. We can test out the flaps, we can test out flight recorder, which is all good, and we can test out max speed warnings. Stalls will do after the electrics are up. So from there we can go ahead and quickly test the APU as we get all of our colours in, which look absolutely lovely. Just made some minor adjustments to the Reshade, as there's a few things that I didn't really, there's a bit of a glare, so we fixed it as X-Enviro changes some of the textures up. So you can see with the RDM mods, you can see with the backlit, things look quite nice here. We've got the APU done, we test the bottles, which are all set. We'll test the cargo, which is all set and checked. So we'll go down into the FMC now and get the FMC all ready and set to go. So change the FMC colours as well. So we're going to get our positioning, which is going to be Charlie Yankee Echo Golf. Go and get that for the first GPS. As we go in, punch that down, we can get our route in. Coming down to Calgary, it's Charlie Yankee Yankee Charlie. On our departure route, we're going to be leaving runway 30. As we leave onto the departure, we are going to come out taking the MIPOP 1. And then after we leave MIPOP, then we'll proceed on course. So from MIPOP, this is a quick route. We've got MIPOP to Olmi, Alimi, okay, which is set, and then from there we're going to go to Advox. From there we're going to go to Advox, which is then going to be the start of our arrival. As we come down, we're going to be taking the Advox 8 X-ray. Coming down onto the runway, we're coming down for runway 35 right. And as we can see, we've got all of our transitions as we could come back as we start. So we're going to transition from, as we start from Advox, we're going to transition over ALSIF. Okay, which is set. Put that in for the route, we can activate that up now. We go over to our perf, we can see that we've got 7.6 on our fuel. We're going to be taking 5.4, so that's 2.2 on the reserves. Cost index coming out, going to be 26. Going for a flight level of 260. Our ISO winds 265 at 020. That's going to give us minus 29. Okay, transition 18,000. On for our takeoff, we'll go as usual, full takeoff and climb 1. Okay, so we'll see what's going on there. Coming out, we've got flaps 5. We'll go in and get the winds coming out of the runway. So our METARs are saying that the runway's wind is 230.035. Okay, which is set. Everything else is dry. You can leave everything as it stands. So we've got 144, 146 and 152 for V2. Okay, 152 which is set. Leaving out a 30. We've got the 300 ahead. Okay, which is set. We'll light up the first officer's panel. QNH is 2973. 2973, which is set. And we can do the reserves. 2973, which is also set and checked. So we've got all that ready. So we'll go in and now get the checklist done, ready for us to depart as we carry on now. So transponder is set to standby, which is also set and checked. Indicated airspeed, we've got 152 coming out on V2, and then we've got 300 on our heading, which is also set and checked. Initial altitude coming out, going up for 260. Land altitude on the arrival for 35 right. Is going to be 3606. So what I'm going to do is, as we've got 35 right, we can change that to 35 left. There we go. Okay, that's all good. We'll leave everything else in as stands. So there's 35 left. So we'll go back overhead now as we carry on. So initial altitude is 260. Land altitude coming down is going to be 435 left. Or 3606. Okay, so we'll leave it 3600, which is also set. The audio can now go on, which is checked. We can switch over the buses now for the APU, which is also set and checked. Window heats can now go on, which are checked. Flight altitude, land altitude 210, and we've got land altitude on 3600, which is also set and checked. Flight directors can now go on, which are checked. After that, once we come out, we've got the L11V now as required. Minimums rev, altimeter is 12973. Auto brake set to RTO, which is also set. Comm radio set, and doors are to be closed. So what we can do now is we can get the doors all closed. Okay. So everything's all clear now for us to depart out. So before start checklist, we've got the auto throttle, which is set. Left right sensor fuel pumps, which can now all go on, which are also set and checked. Electric hydraulic pumps can go on. Anti-collision light, which is set. Parking brake is set, ground equipment is removed, and engine area is clear. So what we can do now is we'll call the tug, so we can now get out, and we'll switch over the MCP so you can see some of the backlights on the that we put in for the RTO. Okay, so let's go and get the other MCP in. So we'll put in the Collins. We've just changed the backlighting over here for the RDM, which is in. So leave the Honeywell in, it's quite nice. New on the update, which is also nice to see as well. So we've got our before start checklist, which is checked. Engine start, we've got our secondary display, which is engine, which is set. PACX can go off. Engine bleeds can also go off as well. And we are all ready to go. So we'll get the transponder to TA.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, he's ready to connect. We're going to basically taxi on down at Alpha, and then we'll run round Yankee and get ready to roll out of 30. So quite a short runway, we could have gone out at 2002. So we'll switch the PACX off for the takeoff. Got an extra 11 extra thousand. So as we're all set now, PACX are off, engine bleeds are off with the APU bleed which is on. Engine starts can go to both. And we're all set to go. 13 degrees, anti-ice will stay off.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, parking brake released.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and start our engines up. We'll go for engine number 2. So we'll show engine number 2 to ground. Start valves open. N2's increasing. Obviously we'll get the oil temperatures, etc. that will come to life. Got 25% N2, we'll then let the fuel level go up and then we'll see the EGT start to increase. So let's do it. Okay, so as engine number 2 now comes over, we can now go to engine number 1. Again, start valves open. Oil pressure will increase, 25%, we'll inject fuel, and then EGT will start to rise. Okay, so engine number 1 now has come back whilst the tug is already pushing us back. So before taxi checklist, we'll just wait for him to put us down as he's going to roll us backwards. So whilst that all happens, we'll go to our before taxi checklist, get the aircraft all ready so we can shoot off straight from the drop. So we've got our generators 1 and 2 which can be switched over, which are checked. Go to Gen 1 with the TR1 which is also set and checked. Pro-Ps can now go on, which are set. We can test the stall warning, which is all set and checked. Wing and engine anti-ice can go off.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, so parking brake. This doesn't seem to stay for some reason, so we just have to basically make do a bit like that.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, so as we stand by now, we'll let him do what he's got to do. So as we go over here, we've got the Pro-Ps which are now on. We can put the PACX both back onto auto. Isolation valve can be auto. We get the engine bleed with the APU bleed off, along with the APU which can now go off as well. Engine start switches are continuous, and we are all ready and set to go. From there, elevation trim for takeoff, which we can also set now. Okay, 22.8. Okay, which is 5.50. I like to fly with the aircraft heavy, but it's nice to actually get a feel for the plane. So 5.50, which is also set.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
See you soon, bye-bye. Flaps can be set to flaps 5 now. Recall, which is also set and clear. The display unit can go off now, which is also set. Let me check the hydraulics as well. So 2880, 2890, that's fine. It shouldn't be over, it shouldn't be 2 under. So that's fine, and taxi lights are on with our runway turn-off lights as required. So upon our taxi lights, as we are ready to go, and if you're going to come out, we'll take a left out onto Alpha Charlie, and then take right onto Alpha Charlie, then we'll take a left down onto Alpha, which will take us around to the Yankee. So we are now all set and go. We're going to the legs page, we'll see exactly what we've got. So we're going to go from Envil to MIPOP. We can take out the vector. From that, put in ASUS, our zip is going to go basically to Addons. As we're then going to run down from our zip, which was the transition, so then we will start from Olney, and then we'll come straight down from our zip, which is the start for the Addons X-Ray 8. Come all the way down through under 210, and then we'll come down onto 121 for 165 with a breakaway for Seliv max 210 knots at 8,000 feet, then 210 max for Mexico. So we're then going to basically come round. Our initial fix is going to be Gabble, and then as we go down, we'll see there's a vector, but we'll take that out now as we just get ready to go. So there's Gabble, and we just got the vector in, so coming down, then as we roll up, we're going to go to Olney as if all the way around, as we break away, and then we'll take out that vector. We should then put Gabble in, and that's going to run us right the way around onto the runway. As we can see right there, it's going to run us around, get that in, and there is the left hand turn to come in onto runway 35 left. So we are now all set to go. We can now turn the map back, go in and get everything all checked. So get terrain on, as we've got flaps 5, which are also set
Large
checked.
carry-on items are in the overhead bins, and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know.
So as we taxi on out, we're going to take the right
if
turn
the
onto
overhead
that
bin
Alpha
is
Charlie.
full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
So we'll make this a left-hand turn and then follow down to 30. As we can see, left to 30.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 751. Our flight time will be roughly 55 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed.
So we've got a real
Please
display
fasten your
mod bit,
seatbelt and
as you
make
can
sure
see
that
on
all
the
tray
PFD.
tables
As
and
we've
seat
changed the
backs are in a
colours,
full
we've got
upright and
our
locked
PFD.
position for departure.
It should be
Cabin
really
crew,
nice for
prepare
us today
cabin for
to
departure.
fly. We've set in different backlit colours. We've got the MMIs, which have also been changed as well. As we're coming out on the head and select.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft, please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you.
So I'm just going to go straight for it.
In the
As we're
event
going
that
to
the
do a PACX
cabin
off, has
loses
already
pressure,
switched
an
off
oxygen
the
mask will drop right in front of you.
APU, and the
Start
generator's
the flow
already
of
switched
oxygen,
over,
pull
so
the mask
I'm going
towards
to do a
you.
bleeds off
Place
table
it
today.
firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others. Leave your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the straps tight.
Okay, so we'll switch the
Inflate
PACX off just
pull
before
firmly on the red
takeoff, and then
cord
switch them
only
on just
when
after
exiting
departure.
aircraft.
As
If your
we get
life
ready
vest
to
does
ride
not
on
inflate
full
automatically,
30.
blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest.
Right now,
Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and letting a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Cabin crew's already now. Let's make a right-hand turn. So Yankees on our left. So cabin crew prepare for departure. So runway tunnels can go on, taxis can go on. We've got our strobes now, which are also set as we get ready to line up for the runway. Checked, we've got 152 coming out for V2, we'll fly the runway ahead and we've got 6,000 for our initial altitude. As we can see here on the departure, transponder 7600, maintain 6,000, upon reaching MIPOP, proceed on course and climb to planned altitude. So we're going to leave up to a MIPOP and then we can see we're going to take that left hand turn, which is going to take us on to the 183, and then we can proceed up onto our departure. So we are all set and ready to go. On for our V-speeds. 144, 146 and 152, which is also checked. So as we are now all ready to go, our landing lights are on, everything is all set for us and configured. Engine start switches can go to continuous, seatbelt signs are on, and we are all ready to go. So can release the parking brake, we'll go up to 40%. Stabilised and tow. Forward pressure on the yoke.
Positive rate.
You're
400.
check. Don't have to be engaged. So brake can be turned off now along with the gear. As we bug up to our flaps up. Okay, which is set at 218. As we're going to make
1,000.
that left hand turn, 1000 check, going to our climb speed now. We're at 183, which is also set. So now we'll start to lower the nose as we get ready. We've got the real PFD colours in as well, so the RDM mod is looking very nice. Keep our head in now, 299, as we're going to flick into that left hand turn anyway. Coming up into a flaps 1. It's a little rocky on our departure round. Flaps aren't going to be engaged, nose will drop a little. There's a little bit of drag. Then we get ready to go into that left hand turn. Going up to a flaps up now. Okay, flaps up can be set, and VNAV can now be engaged also. Oh, there's the 183, which is going to come in at any moment. As we go up to 250. That's 4009. And then we go up to 260. 260, which is set, and now we'll swing into that left hand turn. So we go to our after takeoff checklist as we swing out into the 183. Coming up for 250 onto that left hand turn now, as we follow in with the flight director. Holding in for 250 until passing 10,000 feet. We can now proceed on course to Bellini. as you hold 250. On for the climb out, CMD ALB engage when suitable, so we'll engage that after we've come out of the turn. Altimeter push to set to stand past 18,000 feet, which will be set and checked. Below 10,000 feet, 250 knots, which is set and ATC as required. So coming out onto the 183 now, as we follow up, passing through 8,002. After takeoff, checklist on with the climb out we just did. Positive rate of climb is gear up, auto brakes off, which is checked. Gear is off, no lights, which is also set along left flaps, which are up, no lights. Engine start switches can now be turned off. As we get ready to pass now for 10,000 feet, we can engage the autopilot. As I just had hold of the joystick, so we can now turn. Runway tunnel flares can go off, which are checked. Engine start switches can go off, which are also set. Gear levers off position and cabin lights as required. So passing 10,000 now, as the weather's okay, we can now turn off the fasten seatbelt signs. As we're going to make our way up now, we're going to go to our acceleration speed. As it is a little rocky today as we leave out 40 miles out. There's a leaning. And for our top of descent, we can show you the plan as we come in. So we are going to basically, on our descent, there's a leaning. Once we've gone for 260, ALSIV is going to be the start of the arrival. As we come, we're going to start for ALSIV, which is the Advox X-Ray, or the Advox 8. Come down from Sakan, and then we'll go below 210 for Advox as we follow around onto the 165 as we break away down to Selev max 210 knots at 8,000 feet. We'll get to Meska max 210 as well, and then as we see, we'll proceed on course where we'll then make a left turn onto the 345, which we can see on our plan, which is all set. As we just get ready to fly through the clouds, so there's a gleaming as we come down. We're basically going to cut off. Just get it back. So there's the arrival there. Let's just go back. So from Vimba, we want to basically then go to ALSIV. Okay, so there we go. And then from ALSIV, basically we're going to then make that left-hand turn to Sekan, and then we're going to follow it all the way down where we then break away onto the 165. So there's 165, then once we get to the end, that left turn bring us to our initial fix, which is going to be Gabble, and then we are going to basically swing it coming down for 6,500 feet down on the 3-degree glide path all the way down. This approach point is 2 DME. So as we fly through the clouds now, we can catch some lovely views outside.
Bestimmt sollte der ein oder andere Artikel bereits ausverkauft sein. Im weiteren Flugverlauf haben Sie dann noch die Möglichkeit, in unserem umfangreichen Sortiment zu kaufen.
Set the QNH is now to standard, which is set now 299.2. Everything else is all configured, and I'm happy now. As we go to our top climb, we can now go to our takeoff cinematics, guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoy the flights, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like all the future flights that we do, and I'll see you when we get back for our top of descent, ready to come in for the ILS runway 35 left as we roll into Calgary today. So I'll see you guys when we get back. as we are going to go on to this left-hand turn now. Ready to go on to ASUS. So 184, which is going to take us direct. And then once we catch to Vimba, we can take the 226. So things are going to happen pretty quick for us today. Going in onto the 226. Once you come down, we need to go down between under 210. So we'll set it down to 10,000 feet. Go in and get our braking as well. So if we check down 58 to 53, which is going to be 0.5. So we are going to be 70.2 tons on arrival. We'll do flaps 30, 153. We can also go in and get the METAR down in forward runway. So we'll request the weather. I've always checked with the X-Enviro, so it's the same METAR that's coming up, so we can rely on it. Let's make that left-hand turn. We're then going to swing in from Addons, which will take us onto the 131. Okay, so here's the weather now, 34008, QNH is 2993. So we're through 15,000, sorry. 5 statute miles, temperature 17, dew points 10. So we're going and get our braking as well. So for our landing, we've got runway 35 left, which is set. Winds coming down is 34008, which is set. Temperature is going to be 17. QNH coming down is going to be, we said 29903, so if we set 29903 down here. 29903, which will give us 1014. Okay, so 1014 is the QNH. Now flaps 30. Everything else can be fine there, and we've got 70.2 tons, plus 5 in, and we are going to be on 5A. We can take any braking, so we'll go forward to brake number 2. Let's make that left turn now to come in for the 131. So the 131 is set. We're getting Calgary VOR now as we approach here, 1167. Which is set. And we get the INS, which is 111.5. Okay, so the 111.5 is pre-armed. Runway's course heading is going to be 345. Which is also set. Making that left-hand turn now to come into our top of descent as we start to come down from ASUS now. We can start to go into our descent checklist. So, latest report we've already got 340 coming down on the weather. Altimeter checked for 904. Set 2993 on the reserve once we switch over. Okay, 2993, which is also set on the first officer side. Passing through 210 now. on for the engines, which is checked. Radio altimeter for the barrow, so we're going to get the decision height in. So our minimums is 3742. Which is set. That's going to give us a 200-foot decision coming down onto the runway. So we keep the speed brakes open now. It's passed through 18,000 feet. We're going to switch QNHs back over now to standard 2983, which we're going to put back on the reserve. 2983, which is set. Got the ILS in, which is the 111.50. Coming down on the 345 degree course, which is also set 10,000 in. As we come down, we can put that down to 6,500, which is also set checked. Passing through 17,007. Get speed brakes in. So we just let speed bleed off. 4 degrees now outside as temperature starting to rise. Altimeter set to local, passing transition altitude. Speed 250 knots. Under 10,000 feet. Landing lights will be on, passenger signs. So passenger signs can now go on. Set. Passing through 16,004. Go to our approach checklist. Let's make this a left-hand turn. And we can take it on to the 122, which is set. Passing through 15,007. So X-Enviro is really nice. It's a bit of let's put a bit of stress on the PC, but it's handling quite well, and get ready to enjoy some new future flights with X-Enviro guys. We've also got in the RDM mod, which is the real display mod, so we've got real PFD here with the real colours of the horizon. Coming down now, we've got Calgary straight down onto the 272. It asks us now for the anti-ice to be turned on, which we can now. We're passing over 10 degrees, which is set. So, we can now drop our speed down as we are not too far away now from our destination. So, we are about 50 miles out as cabin crew now gets the aircraft ready for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Okay, so as we pass through the clouds, 12,009. We're going to take a left right-hand turn
We
to
have begun our final descent
166.
into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Passing through 12,000 now, we've got to break 7 number 2, we're coming in for flaps 30, 154 plus 5, be a 159. You can see we've got the ILS course frequency 111.50 for 345, which we've also got set and checked on both the courses. So let's make that right hand turn now, going on to the 166. Which we can check, 166 to Salem, we'll then be passing through 8,000 feet, which we'll be holding on for. So just coming down after 10,000, you see visibility is a very nice tool today coming down into Calgary. Get the speed brakes open then. Go. As we slow speed now to 250, there's our decel point. Coming in 15 nautical miles from the airport now as we go right on to run alongside it. 10,000 feet, which is checked, landing lights are on and set. Speed 250 now as we slow down to 240, coming down to 8,000 feet. Passenger signs are on and checked, landing lights are on and set. Go to the approach checklist, got the altimeter set, which is 299.3, which is cross-checked on either side and set, just to make sure. 299.3, which is set. localizer frequency, which is the 111.50, which is set. Can plug it into the first officers as well. Okay, which is also set and cross-checked. Once we get down near to the localizer and we lock in, they're going to go down to a flaps 5. And then once we go from flaps 5, then drop down into a flaps 15, a gear down. Once we start the glide slope, so the glide slope is going to start 9.3 DME from the localizer, the India Yankee Charlie. From there, we're then going to start at descend down, coming down for 158. So we are going to be looking around 850 feet per minute on the descent. So as the throttles go to retard now, and we start to descend down from 9,005. You can see there's the top of descent for 8,000 feet, but we come down then for 6,500 down for Gabon. So passing through 9,000. You can see the wings just touch and go now. Just before we land, we can get a new VTAR in. Just to double check to see if anything's changed. So we'll get the speed brakes open now. Cabin crew, take your seats for departure. Or should I say, take your seats for landing. Temperature 16, anti-ice is off now. There's 8,000 feet where the aircraft's going to hold. We're slowing down to 2-3. As we slowly start now to slow down as we approach near to our flaps up speed. See our flaps up speed is right near the decel point for the top of descent for 8,000 feet. Then we're going to make that left hand turn, which is then going to bring us on to the 345. Okay. Okay, speed ready to now go in as we're at flaps up. Throttles will now kick in to hold 8,000 feet. Got 6,500, which is also set and checked. 11 DME out as we fly outbound away from the airport now. Lovely textures as we get ready to come in. So I haven't opened up the speed window, as we actually haven't needed to today, because the aircraft has actually performed everything really nice. And everything's been nice and controlled, so we haven't had to open the speed window or anything to slow down relatively quick. 079 is coming down, 076 is coming down on our left hand turn. And once we take that, we can then get everything above board. So as we're now passing, we can switch over the ILSs, which we've got in. So we've got in the India Yankee Charlie 345 and currently 8.3 DME out from the localizer. There's a 3.5, 345, and the localizer is the India Yankee Charlie. So everything's all set there, ready to go down onto the 076, which is also set. Auto brake for number 2. As we get ready to go into our top of descent and our decel point. So from the decel point, 210 below, and then 145 at Gabble. But we're going to run into our flaps 5, etc. once we come around. So there's that left hand turn onto the 076. We'll start to bring the control column back over now as we get ready to come in for our lovely arrival into Calgary. One thing I like about X-Enviro as well is the wings are a lot more all over the place than like in X-Plane. So it is nice to see that with XPRealistic as well. That definitely brings everything in. So on for our approach checklist now. We are coming round onto that left hand turn, so we can hit the approach and arm that. We've got localizer and the glide slope, which is now pre-armed.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go to 6,500 feet. So for our approach checklist now, we'll do that. We've got 299 and 3 set for the altimeter, which is set and cross-checked on either side. We've got localizer frequency, which is the 345 set and checked on both sides. Also, we've got the courses and the frequency. So there's our courses. The frequency is 111.50, which is set on both sides of the navigation panel. The approach is armed. We'll go to flash 15, gear down. Once we come down to the glide slope, which is going to be, as we said, 9.3 DME from the localizer. So passing through 7,000. making that left-hand turn. As soon as the localizer comes in, we'll then go down to flaps 5. Heading now on to the 345. Set 25 degrees of bank. There's the localizer. Go down to flaps 5 now. Don't need to lower the speed window as the VNAV will lower our speed down to the flaps ends as we roll through flaps 1 through to flaps 5. So localizer is now activated. Glide slope is now live as well as we start to come down. So 9.3. That was a very quick alignment as we come down now, ready to go. So we'll slow down. Go into a flaps 15 and get the aircraft all set and established. Passing through 6,000 then. Go down to a flaps 10. Passing through 5,009.
2,500.
Okay, 196 which is set. There's our flaps 10 then. 2,500 which is in. As you see, the wind really doesn't want to slow us down today. Okay, flaps 15, gear down. Coming down on our speeds, we've got 153 for +5 which is 159. So gear is down, 3 green. So glide slope's alive, gear down, flaps 15 which is already set. Speed brake is armed which is also set and checked. Engine start switches can now go to continuous which are set along our runway tunnel flights which can be set and checked. Coming down now, we can drop down into our flaps 30 which is going to be down for our 159. 3742 is minimums and I have the M inside. Landing checklist, go around altitude which is set, the runway tunnel flights which are on, gear is down, 3 green, autopilot and auto thrust as required. So as I have the airport in sight now, what we can do is we can disengage the autopilot and disengage the auto throttle
1,000 feet, stabilize,
as we now get ready into our minimums. So the X-Enviro wind does keep you on your toes when you're flying, definitely. 500 checks.
+100. 200. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, speed brakes are on. And reverses are active. Full pressure on the yoke. Slowing down now through 40 knots, ready to catch off for the tunnel. So there we are guys, down in Calgary. The X-Enviro winds definitely do chuck you around a lot more than the real-time weather on
the local time is 5:09 p.m. and it's currently about 16 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination,
as we get ready now
thank
to
you
run
for
off
flying
the
with us, and
onshore.
we hope to see you again soon.
Just let our brakes go. So we'll go overhead now and get the landing lights, which are all off and set. We can get the runway turn-offs off. We can get our taxis on. Start switches can be turned off now. Logo can be turned off as well. Seatbelt signs can be set, and the APU can be charged up now, ready for us to come in. So here we are in Calgary. It looks pretty lovely. The airport does look nice for some reason. It does look really nice. As we now make our grand voyage into the stand. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to leave you with the landing cinematics. And if you enjoyed the flights, don't forget to hit that red button and subscribe. Thumbs up, and leave your comments down in the comment section below if you'd like to see any future flights flown on the channel. So as we roll into block now, we can get the flight directors off and ready, and I will see you on the next available flight. So take care for now, guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.